Well, Social Security has a big plan, and this is a historic plan that is taking place as we speak. According to multiple reports, this is something that we have been waiting for, and now the time has come. Today, I'm going to break down how artificial intelligence is now jumping in full force to the Social Security Administration and how this could potentially impact you, whether it's going to be a benefit or a downfall. Well, that's going to be discussed later. But I'm going to address this in just a moment. But first, before I do, all I ask is one thing. Takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So what is Social Security doing at this time? Well, look at this. It says Social Security plans to add artificial intelligence to phone systems, according to the commissioner. This is what he said just the other day. Now, why is this such big news? Well, I've been very vocal here on this channel about Social Security. I myself am a little bit concerned that Social Security will not be as strong as it is today in the next 20 or 30 years. Okay? When I'm ready to collect Social Security benefits, if the full retirement age stays where it is today, again, 20 years away. So, or actually 30 years away. So in 30 years, am I going to be able to collect this? And when it comes that time, is it going to be easy to make a phone call into a Social Security worker? Is it going to be, could I even go onto the app? Is it still going to be available? Is the website going to work? Are the offices still going to be there? That's the big question. Well, over the past several months, I've received hundreds of emails, hundreds of comments from people that are curious about the Social Security Administration. What are they doing? What have we seen with the Department of Government Efficiency? Well, they've been trying to make the Social Security Administration more efficient. And in doing so, they're pushing artificial intelligence. Look at this. It says, Frank Bisignano, the commissioner of the Social Security Administration, told CBS News that he believes technology and specifically artificial intelligence could be the key to improving his agency's customer service, despite recent changes that have prompted concerns among some of the nearly 69 million Americans that receive Social Security each month. Again, I've received hundreds of messages from people that are concerned that when they call into the Social Security Administration, they're calling in, and the problem is there's nobody there to answer the phone. I was just talking about this a few weeks back where a family member of mine was talking to me about Social Security, and they couldn't get a hold of anybody. They were trying to submit some paperwork, wasn't working. They couldn't do it online. They couldn't even make a reservation. They couldn't even have a time slot at the Social Security Administration without going there first. This family member doesn't get around very easily, and so that was concerning. I thought, you know what, let's figure this out. And I looked, and nope, there was nothing on their website. You couldn't create an appointment. There was no tab for that. Tried to send an email, doesn't work. They don't give you an email address to really respond with. So that was out of the question. You know, you could make a phone call, but you didn't get a hold of anybody. It was just music. That was it. And after 15 minutes, they cut you off and told you to call back again. Yeah. So this is what's happening. It says, we're bringing a massive technology effort to transform the servicing agenda. We're going to bring AI into the phone system. I intend it to be completed this year. Now, if anybody has used, the phone systems, whether you're calling the Social Security Administration, you're calling SNAP, maybe you're just calling about a reservation to a hotel or a cruise or an airline. Doesn't matter. But what matters is this. How easily do you get through to somebody? Or do you ever? That's my big question. Now I want to read this to you. It says the agency gets about 390,000 calls per day according to the Social Security Administration. The average wait time for those calls as of April was 68 minutes, down from 112 minutes in January. Now here's the thing. If I have to wait on the phone for 68 minutes, so over an hour, there's a good chance I'm not going to wait. I will call if I don't get through to somebody within the first 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to hang up. Probably won't call again. Now, here's the problem. For me, I'm not calling about something that is needed. I'm calling about a question, about a reservation I have. That's it. And if I can't get through to the airline about a reservation I have, the last time I couldn't get through, I canceled the reservation. I wasn't going to sit around and wait when they told me, you are, the 106th caller, you're in our queue, the wait time will be 173 minutes. No, sorry, I'm not waiting 173 minutes. I'm going to cancel my reservation. Cancel the flight. I'll go find somebody else. That's exactly what I did. Here's the difference. I didn't need the money. People that are collecting Social Security benefits need the money. They need this to live. So waiting 68 minutes down, again, this is great. We almost cut it in half. But this is still ridiculous. 68 minutes? So it goes on to say, I say we're going to meet our beneficiaries where they want to be. This was from Bisignano. It says, he was a company of Pfizer before being tapped by President Trump in December to lead the SSA. You want to come into a field office, we will always be there. You want to meet us on the web, we will be there. And you want to meet us on the phone, we'll be there. Here's the problem. You want to meet them in a field office? Well, we're closing some down. So if you are close to one of those is being closed down, sorry, you're going to have to drive a little bit further. You want to meet us on the web? Yeah, that's great. They'll be there. They are trying to push that. You want to meet us on the phone? Well, they'll be there. According to Elon Musk, the United States government wastes hundreds of millions of dollars every single year on phone services. And so now that the Social Security Administration is pushing for AI, this could actually improve that. But again, it's going to take some time. Goes on to say right here, the SSA announced in March that it would require in-person identity checks at field offices for new and existing beneficiaries, with some limited exemptions. Yeah, they're kind of pushing back on that. Now, here's the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention. Think about how many people are calling. Okay, there's 390,000 calls per day to the Social Security Administration. We don't have that many agents, so we're not going to be able to deal with that many calls. Even if we had half of that, that means half the calls won't be answered. Okay, this is a problem. More and more Americans are struggling, not because they can't access their benefits, but because their benefits haven't been correct. Some people are getting too much money because they went back to work, they moved in with a relative, their hours changed, they make more money. So especially for SSI, people are getting screwed and are receiving overpayments, which the federal government then comes back and claws those back. It creates a problem. But again, I'm bringing this up because a simple phone call to say, hey, I'm making too much money, right? You should account for this. Or I moved in with my sister, so just know that my rent isn't the same as it used to be. These are all issues. But again, with the Social Security Administration coming out saying that this year they are going to turn this around and they're going to speed up the time to answer phone calls. This will be great. It's a needed fix, but again, it's going to happen by the end of this year. So in the time being, just understand, yes, this is big news that this is something that they're planning, but as with anything for AI, there's a little bit of an adjustment period where we have to fix the bugs. So just be aware that as this happens, as they roll this out, there will be more issues that you will have to face. So I will leave you with that, but again, that is what we know as of today. So thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.